Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and the match reaction to Tottenham 1, Chelsea 4, and quite frankly, the maddest game I've ever been to. I'm sure it's the maddest game people have probably ever watched, or certainly right up there. It had everything: 2 red cards, 5 disallowed goals from VAR. Chelsea struggling to break down 9 men, and Nicholas Jackson hat-trick, Pochettino's return, Spurs humbled. Yeah, there's so much to get into, but ultimately, the most important thing is that we came away with the 3 points, which we desperately needed. And yes, I could be negative about certain aspects of the performance, and I will go into that into a bit more detail. But ultimately, people have been so negative in the build-up to this game and all that stuff. Let's just enjoy this win. No one really expected us to get this win. We desperately needed it. So instead of focusing on the negatives, let's just enjoy it for what it is. 3 points at Tottenham. Normal service resumed. We took a year off last year. They beat us at their place, but now normal service resumed. 3-point lane. It's happened again, like it always does. Tottenham are finished now. I said it after the game last night. Tottenham are finished. You man are done. Everyone's praising Spurs or Big Ange this, Big Ange that. No, you man are done. Maddison injured. Romero banned for 3 games. Udogie suspended. Van de Ven out injured. You man got no depth. Finished. Like a shallow end of a swimming pool. No depth in that Spurs team. Goodbye. RIP Spurs title charge. August until November. They're finished. But yeah, look, massive for us. Away fans were unbelievable last night. The whole night was just a complete whirlwind. Felt a bit like a movie at times, but we got the job done. Yes, we made it hard for ourselves. Yes, we toiled at times. Yes, our finishing was absolutely atrocious. Yes, there are a couple of tight offside calls, but ultimately, the referee and the VAR last night, yes, it's coming for a lot of criticism. Yeah, and yes, they took a long time to obviously make a lot of those decisions, but ultimately the decisions that they reached were right. And yes, Spurs are salty and they're mugs, and their fans are all over the place. Like, it couldn't have happened to a worse fan base. Can't stand Tottenham, or not all Tottenham fans, but the way that certain Tottenham fans are moving. They thought they were going to hammer us, and they got humbled. I'm seeing praise for Spurs today because of how they played with 9 men. It's like, are you mad? Like last night, that's a difference in mentality. But that's why Spurs are a small club and won't win shit all, because their fans are applauding their team off the pitch after they've just been smashed 4-1 at home by their arch rivals and their former manager, the best manager they've had at the club in recent history. They've been applauded off. Small man mentality from Tottenham. That is why they're nothing. That is why they're nobodies, because they don't have an elite level mentality. How are fans staying behind and applauding the team off after being hammered 4-1? Oh, they deserve praise for how they played with 9 men. It was. Look, don't get me wrong. I actually like Big Ange. I think he's been class. I think he's a breath of fresh air. But to praise him for how he played with 9 men, he openly said that we struggle to break low blocks down. And what do you do with what would you do? You play a high line when you've got 2 men down, when you're down to 9, and you've got your 2 best centre backs off the pitch, but you still play a high line when you're down. You could have just sat 9 men behind the ball, and you know what? We probably wouldn't have broken you down, and you could have even beaten us, and it probably would have ended as a draw. Naive from Ange. It was stupid, and I've got no idea why he's being praised for that. But this is not about Tottenham. This is about Chelsea. This is about a massive 3 points. This is about another top performance from Cole Palmer. This is about another great performance from him. Sterling stepping up. I called for him to step up, and he did well. Unlucky to have his goal ruled out for handball. Not really sure what he could have done about that. But yeah, look, we needed it. We needed it, and we eventually got it. Jackson going from 0 to hero. Like for that first 75 minutes or so before he got the goal for 2-1, I'll be honest, he was absolutely dreadful. Missing opportunities, poor finishing. He's like offside, all sorts of goings on there. But he got the hat trick and he kind of redeemed himself. But I mean, yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know where to start. I just do not know where to start with all this. So much happened, First half that was almost an hour long. The ball was only in play, I think, for 43 minutes of the 90. I think the ball was actually in play for less than half of half of the 90 minutes. Yeah, just completely mad. It was entertaining, absolutely. It was very much value for money, and this is so big for us. Absolutely massive for Chelsea because we needed that win. We've now crept back into the top half of the table. We need the points on the board, and we got those. Yes, we made hard work of it. Yes, we struggled badly. Yes, we need to do better. But ultimately, football's about winning. It's about getting the 3 points. We had to go there and get the 3 points, and we did that. And the rest of it doesn't really matter. Yes, you can look into it in a bit more detail. And yes, there were concerns about that second half. Absolutely, there were concerns about that second half performance. But yeah, guys, before I dive into more of it in detail, big yourselves up. Make sure you smash a like on the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new around here as well. As always, guys, we're aiming for 100 likes, but let's aim to get to 50 likes first. So keep smashing that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. It is greatly appreciated. Just the 4 subscribers away now from 6.7k. So 4 subscribers away from 6,700. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. 4 more to hit that sort of a mini milestone. So yeah, guys, let's dive into it. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat, and then we'll dive into things in a lot more detail. London is blue. We already knew that, but we were just reminding everyone, we already knew that. We've seen things that they will never see in that stadium. They might have a great stadium, but they haven't got a great trophy cabinet. And that ultimately that's all that matters. Yeah, no, Sterling was good last night. He was good, for sure. Didn't score. Well, he did score, but it was ruled out. I thought he was good last night. He was dangerous. He was direct. He was running. That's what we need to see more of. The problem is, like, Sterling's good at that, but he doesn't do it anywhere near often enough. Yeah, massive game from Reece James last night as well. That was huge from him. Yeah, I'm looking. That's one thing that I am massively looking forward to seeing Cole Palmer and Nkunku in the lineup. That's huge. That's going to be massive for us. It's going to be massive. Stuart, big up my guy. I hope you're well. Yeah, it was incredible. It really was incredible. I mean, it was so weird because it was a massive win, and it felt like it, but then at times it also didn't really feel like it. So it was a really strange feeling. But yeah, no, absolutely great. Spurs in meltdown is brilliant. Some of the saltiness I'm seeing from Spurs, some of the delusion I'm seeing from certain sections of the Spurs fan base. Just hold your L. You should have easily beaten us. I thought in the first 10 minutes we were going to get hammered and it was going to be a long day for us. But you imploded like you always do. The history of the Tottenham. That is what you do. You implode, and you just haven't got it in you. You haven't got it in you. Yes, I get it that Andrew's got his principles of play, but sometimes you've got to use your brain, use common sense. It's not common sense to play a high line against a team that struggles with a low block when you're down to 9 men and your 2 best centre backs are off the pitch. But hey, yeah, that was going on all night. I mean, I was lucky enough to be sat pretty close to the Spurs fans. Yeah, we were letting them know. We were letting them know. Fuck them, wankers. Happy for Poch got one over shitty Spurs. Yeah, absolutely. Michael, hope you're good. Big up. That was absolutely crazy. Yeah, 3 points is the main thing. 3 points is the main thing. That was a good decision there as well. I agree, taking Cole off left back. I probably wouldn't have started Cole at left back. I can maybe see potentially why he's gone for it, but I personally wouldn't have done that. But other than that, Madrid probably wasn't fully fit to play. So I don't think there are really too many other issues about the lineup, other than the fact that I probably wouldn't have played Cole at left back to start with. Chose Till I Die, big up. Yes, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. Yeah, we were good. Let me get to a few things here. Yes, big up, my guy. I hope you're doing well. No, they did. And look, we were sitting the ground last night and thinking, we were worried. We were worried because even at 2-1 up against 9, we were still thinking, fuck, these could come back into it. It's just kind of the way we are right now. We're kind of nervy, lack of experience, not confident in the team to be able to close these sort of performances. So yeah, yes, big up the Chelsea. Lee, hope you're doing good. We really should. We really could have beat both Arsenal and Spurs. Yeah, no, we absolutely could have done, and we should have done. And do you know what? Poch is coming for quite a lot of stick, right? Some of it rightly so. Other parts definitely not. But also, you look at the top six we've played this season. Draw against Liverpool, draw against Arsenal. Arguably, should have won both of those games, and we beat Tottenham. We also beaten Brighton. So yeah, look, we haven't got a bad record against the better teams this season. Yeah, it was massively entertaining, massively entertaining. Yeah, Jackson owns Spurs. I mean, kind of mad, as I was saying earlier. We'll dive into that more, but he was terrible for 75 minutes, and then suddenly, that's what you want from your striker. That's how quickly football changes. Like, I don't care if you're shit for 85 minutes. If you pop up with a winner in the 90th minute, you've done your job. And Jackson did his job last night. He got the goals that we needed to win the game. Was he poor? Absolutely he was, but you can't be too critical of someone that's bagged a hat trick. Carlton, big up my guy. Yeah, very, very glad to see that. I don't know if he's been careless. I think Gusto's done very well for us this season, very well for us. And if it wasn't for his red card, then we wouldn't have seen Cucurella playing so well and getting the chances that he has done. Guys, I'll try and get to as much of this as I can in the chat as possible without slowing the show down too much. As always, guys, remember you can use the super chat function to donate to myself and the channel. If you want to guarantee your comment being read out, I do try and get through as many as I can, but I can't read them all. So if you want to guarantee your comment being read out and you're feeling generous, then you can use the super chat function to donate to the channel. And also, if you want to become a channel member, people, hit the link in the description. Become a member of the channel, $1.99 a month. Once we get more members, build up a bit of a membership base, there will be member-only shows and all that sort of thing. So please do hit the link in the description and become a member of the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Cucurella has been class. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, Caicedo was balling. Again, disappointing that his goal was ruled out. Vicario was never getting to that anyway. So I don't really know why they ruled that out. Yes, all good. I would agree. And do you know what? I'm happy to be wrong here. At the time, I was disappointed that we sold Mount. I don't think we should have done it. Now, we look back at it, absolutely the right decision. We don't miss him at all. We do not miss him at all. And we've massively upgraded. And as harsh as that sounds, we have comprehensively upgraded. No, absolutely no denying it. We have comprehensively upgraded. Simple as that. Yes, Wes. Hope you're good, my guy. Yeah, mate. Stadium was absolutely bouncing yesterday. Yeah. What's a day? I think it's probably the best game I've ever been to. Yes. Hope you're good, my brother. Hope you're good. Up the Chelsea as always. I'll get into my thoughts about the City game, Lee. What else have we got going on here? I'm going to get into this stuff. Yes, big up, Dearish Devil. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. I agree on that. I mean, I perhaps wouldn't say never. Like, you can get away with it against the lesser teams, but when you're playing the better teams and they've got top level wingers, Colwell doesn't have that positional sense, those left back tendencies to be able to cope with the best wingers. So you need a natural left back out there. So I'm not a fan of it in general. But against the lesser teams, you can absolutely get away with it to an extent. Against the better teams, you absolutely can't do it. It's as simple as that. Well, I mean, we've got to continue with the City game on Sunday. If we can get a positive result there, then it would be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah, Lavio and Caicedo to come back. I'm going to get into the Anthony Taylor stuff as well, guys. There's so much to obviously get into, but yeah, just a ridiculous game. One of those games that you can't quite believe's happened. You sort of wake up in the morning and you're just like, yeah, did last night really happen? Have I just watched that? Did that really happen? It didn't feel like it. Didn't feel like it did. But yeah, it absolutely did. I mean, where should we start, guys? Where shall we start? Because there is so much, as always, to go through. So much to go through. let's start. Let's tell you what. Let's start with Nicholas Jackson, the hat trick hero uh, himself. I think actually no. Let's start briefly on Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, I thought, I'll be totally honest, I don't think he had a great game. I thought he was quite poor. He went off for Mudryk fairly early on, not fairly early on into that second half, and it looked like he was injured, but that's subsequently been cleared up. He had discomfort in his ankle, and that's why he asked for a change last night. He's expected to play against Man City and be present with the Argentina national team. So yeah, people that were worried about Enzo Fernandez being injured, he's not. He just, as a precaution, felt a bit of discomfort in his ankle, so called for the change. So yeah, that's fine. Not an issue there on that front. So that's good news. Yes, he wasn't the best. He didn't have a great game last night, but it's smart. It's good game management. It's good thinking. Don't risk yourself for the sake of the team. Obviously, yeah, sometimes you will push through. Of course you will, but it was a good call from him, because if he carried on, then you maybe risk doing some perhaps, but maybe more long-term damage. Absolutely, the right thing from Enzo Fernandez to do. So that's important there that he did do that. So yeah, that's kind of that. Just that little bit of news cleared up there. Now let's dive into Nicholas Jackson, because yeah, he had a mad game, a hat trick away at Tottenham, and you'd be thinking, well, how could you be negative? Look, there are certain parts of his game that massively need improving. I mean, Paul Merson said it last night. Let's bring this up before I bring up Poch's comments on Jackson. Jackson could have scored, no exaggeration, could have had 5 or 6 last night. Easily could have had 5 or 6. Merson was saying that Nicholas Jackson could have scored 7 if he had shooting boots on. They'd have given him another match. They would have given another match ball to him. But what I like about him is he keeps on getting in the positions to score. That takes a lot of guts, and that's fair. Believe it or not, those are the hard ones he scored, where the ball comes across and everyone thinks they're easy. He kept on breaking his neck to get in the box. Fair play to him. He's a rough diamond. And do you know what? I actually think that is fair. Look, I've been critical of Jackson this season at times. Before he started the season well, I think pre-season people kind of believed the hype a little bit, thought he was better than he was. He's one of these strikers that's clearly got good attributes. It's clearly raw, can clearly be a good striker. He should have scored more. He knows that. We all know that. But he's put the ball in the back of the net, and as Mercer said there in those comments, he's getting in those positions. As a striker, you're going to miss chances, but the most important thing is that he's getting in the positions to miss those chances. You'd rather that than your centre forward not getting in those positions at all. Yes, he still missed multiple opportunities, and you're not going to get as many opportunities in a game as he did in this one. So you are going to have to improve your your chance conversion rate. You're going to have to improve on that. But I do like him. I do like him. Yes, I've been critical of him. Yes, he needs to improve. Is he good enough to lead the line for Chelsea? I think potentially in the future he may do. Again, look, decision making is going to be inconsistent with young players. Yes, the top players maybe not, but generally speaking, you're going to get inconsistent decision making. And yes, it is absolutely frustrating, 100%. But he gets in the right positions. Yes, he was poor for 75 minutes yesterday, but he gets in the right positions, and he was rewarded with 3 goals. And yes, they were tap-ins or whatever you want to call it, but he got in the positions to be on the end of those, and that deserves credit, and that deserves to be praised. And I think that he will come good. I think he will come good, people. But this doesn't mean that we scored a hat trick against Spurs. That means we don't need to go and sign another forward. We do absolutely need to go and sign another forward. There's no denying it. But look, this is massive for his confidence. He's getting in the right position, and hopefully this will be a big hopefully this will be a big boost to him. So yeah, I'm pleased for him. I'm very pleased for him. And in terms of what Poch was saying about Jackson, because look, Jackson's needed his confidence to be boosted. Look, obviously everyone could have done with a confidence boost, and everyone will take a confidence boost from that. But I think if you said before the game, who really needs a strong performance, it would have been Nicholas Jackson. He absolutely needed a strong performance, and that's exactly what we got from Jackson. A strong performance that he needed. He needed it. He got it. You know, the interview afterwards was great. It was great. You know, in terms of him and Cole Palmer. Cole saying, you know, that he needs to train hard. He needs to work harder in training still, like they all do. That's the mentality. This group is young. This group is hungry, and I think it's been a long time since we've actually had a group of young and hungry players at Chelsea. Do you know what's also mad, right? People have been highly critical of Jackson, Chelsea fans included. He's got 5 goals in 10 Premier League games because he was suspended for one of them. That's 1 in 2. That's not bad. It's 1 in 2 in the Premier League. And he's got more league goals than Julian Alvarez at City, Anthony Gordon at Newcastle, Nunez at Liverpool, and he's got more goals than Bukayo Saka. So this guy is outscored. He's got more goals than all these players, and yet he's still getting heavily criticised. Kind of mad, you know, kind of mad how it works out. But, you know, for someone that realistically should be a rotational striker, to have 5 in 10, which is a 1 in 2. 1 in 2 for a striker is not bad. Yes, it's 10 games and it's a relatively small sample size. But in the summer, if you said to me after 10 Premier League games, Nicholas Jackson would have 5 goals, that 1 in 2 conversion rate, I would have absolutely taken that. And I would have said, you know what, that's a really solid start from someone that's young and new to this league. So look, I think we've got to be fair. Criticise where it's due, absolutely. Missed a lorry load of chances last night. Overall play was quite poor for 70 odd minutes, but he got in the positions, and ultimately what you want your striker to do is put the ball in the back of the net when it matters, and he did that. That's what he did. You know, your centre forwards can be dog shit for 89 minutes, but as long as they're there for that one moment which gets you the goal and wins you the match, that's all that matters, people. That is all that matters. It really, I know it sounds like simple and a little bit, maybe I'm doing it like a sort of a disservice as such, but it really is that simple, guys. You've just got to turn up and get the job done. Simple as that. Jackson will be very good next season. I'm happy. Yeah, look, maybe he will be. Obviously, he's going off to African Cup of Nations in January. Senegal will probably go quite far into that tournament. Could easily win it potentially. So he's gonna miss a month or so of the season. Then we're gonna have to sort out what we're gonna do there. Whether another striker comes in, what's gonna happen with Broja, etc., etc. But yeah, this was big. This was big for Nicholas Jackson, and I think everyone at Chelsea should be delighted. Yes, we can be critical of his overall performance, but he's got a hat trick at Tottenham away. Like, let's just go a bit easy on the kid. You know, he's new to this league. This is a guy that had played 45 games for 46 games, sorry, for Villarreal before joining Chelsea. The idea was never for him to go straight in to lead the line. But even if you look at his stats, and I know stats can sometimes be misleading and maybe not paint the whole picture, but 26 touches, it's mad. Only had 26 touches, 10 in the opposition box, completed 10 of his 11 passes. This is what I'm talking about, work rate off the ball. And I know sometimes people might be like, oh, what does that matter? Work rate off the ball is massive. You know, last season and for too long, we've had so many players that don't work hard off the ball. 36 off the ball runs is massive. We had 6 shots yesterday, 5 on target. And it's the first hat-trick for Chelsea's first hat-trick in the Premier League since Mount scored one in the 7-0 win against Norwich a couple of years ago. So, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, mad. And do you know what? He deserves it. And the fact that he hit the Ronaldo Sue is even better. What else have we got going on here? You know, Sterling was good last night. I've praised him. Havertz wasn't making. No, he didn't. This is the point. Like Havertz is probably a more technically gifted player, more natural ability than Jackson, but Havertz doesn't do any of that stuff. Yeah, no, we do. We do need one of those. Or we need more players to step up around the current players. That's also what we need. Jackson will be very good next season. Let's hope so. I've heard so much crap today. We won 4-1. Everyone was doing good, the right moves on Jackson. He'll come good. His first touch is on point. We forget how bad. Yeah, look, Jackson. I don't know why there seems to be like quite a lot of negativity around Chelsea from certain Chelsea fans and all that. But like, guys, we've had not a great start to the season. We've just gone to Spurs, unbeaten at the top of the league. We've beaten them 4-1 in their own place. Yes, there are parts of the performance that need improving. Why are we focusing on the negatives? Let's just enjoy the performance. I don't know why people can't enjoy it. I really don't. My man of the match yesterday, I probably would have given it to Cole Palmer, but it's hard to not give someone who scored a hat trick the man of the match. So yeah, Cole Palmer was elite again. Yeah, no, of course, and so many fans, and I don't want to like sound like I'm talking down on fans because everyone's got their own opinion. Everyone watches the games. Everyone pays their money in whatever way, whether it's through subscriptions or whether it's through going to the games. But some fans just don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. They're just idiots, and it's just important to kind of separate yourself from that noise. No, he does. No, he does. He absolutely does. He's got 5 times as many goals as Rashford, and no one else in that Man United forward line has scored a single Premier League goal other than Rashford. So yeah, guys, only on 35 likes. I mean, 100 would be brilliant, but let's focus on getting to 50 first. So yeah, come on, people, keep smashing the like button, guys. We're on 38 likes. Let's knock these final 12 likes off. And if you're new around here, please keep subscribing to the channel. I'm 4 subscribers away from 6.7k. Let's see if we can hit that mini milestone tonight. 6.7k would be another great little mini milestone to hit. We need 4 more subscribers, people. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you are locked in now, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, guys. It would be greatly appreciated. But also run up the likes. It's the easiest way to support the channel and to support myself. So let's get to 50 likes first, and then let's see how close we can get to the 100 likes mark. Potentially, that's kind of been earmarked as his return. He absolutely won't be starting, but if he's fit enough, and things have gone well, then I'm pretty certain he will be on the bench for that one, which would be a huge boost. Yeah, Cole Palmer, sensational. The next is in my head in. Yeah. No, I absolutely hear it, bro. Yeah, no, yeah. No, yeah, no, I appreciate that. It might not be everyone's choice for sure. That there could have been other candidates for it, but ultimately we've got the win, so I'm not really too asked about who was man of the match. Game was good. Step best feeling Chelsea have had all year, but it's definitely is it definitive enough to signify that this is a turning point? Look, it's hard to say whether it's a turning point or not. You can go for a lot of points in a season, but you have to feel that this was huge in terms of if it had gone the other way, then think how damaging it would have been. I think a lot of people perhaps might have started turning on Pochettino, not sure he's the right guy to turn it around. That wouldn't have been me personally, but I think we would be sitting in a very, very different position right now if it had gone the other way. And Poch would be doing a lot of head scratching and would have, a lot of stuff to sort out, and he'd have more fans on his back. So this was huge on so many levels. It was huge on so many levels. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Absolutely fair. Yeah, I can't understand this. I really can't understand it. It literally makes 0 sense. He's probably the only manager that could somehow be getting praised by playing suicidal high line with 9 men in both your first choice centre backs off the pitch. Imagine if Poch had done that. Imagine if Arteta had done that. Imagine if Klopp had done it. Imagine if Guardiola had done it. they'd all be getting absolute pelters. Why on earth are Tottenham and Ange being praised for how they played? They got hammered 4-1 at home, got 2 red cards, they imploded, and somehow they're being praised for the way they've played. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But do you know what? Losing 4-1 probably is a win for Tottenham and their tin pot mentality. So yeah, maybe that is. I mean, I just cannot understand it. It literally makes zero sense to me at all. I agree, Charlie. We played a lot better and lost games this season. Yeah, exactly. We've played a lot better than that and lost games. So every time you win, you have to enjoy it. Whether it's a lucky win, whether you deserve the win or not, you have to enjoy the wins when they come. And wins for us have kind of been few and far between in recent times. That was only our 4th win of the season in the league out of 11 games. You've got to enjoy these moments. If you can't enjoy winning away against your fierce London rivals, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Agreed on that. Have to be clinical. Can't hate Jackson to be selfish when confidence. Yeah, I haven't got any issues with Jackson, and even if he'd missed, that hat trick goal, I've got no issues with a centre forward through on goal on a hat trick. As a striker, you don't square it. You're always gonna go for it. Maybe Kai said a man of the match. Palmer, yeah, agreed. No, it is. And do you know what? Look, I'll be straight up. I like Ange. I think he's been a breath of fresh air. I think he speaks very well. But yeah, the media just lapping up anything he says. Like, it's mad. Like, I'm seeing articles today from journalists, and I can't believe they're paid. They've been paid to write this crap. Like, Ange was exemplary. The way that he spoke about referees after the games, bro. Man got booked for dissent. Don't start running this Ange PR stuff when he was booked for the dissent for having a go at the ref. Tottenham almost equalised. Let's be honest. Yeah, no, it certainly could have been, but I probably still would have backed us to potentially get another one. I really would have done. Guys, we're 10 likes away from 50. There's 41 in the building. Come on, people. We can do this. Let's get it done. Let's run those likes up to 50 minimum. We have to get 50 likes. We're just beating Spurs 4-1 away, guys. If you're locked in now and you've not hit that subscribe button or you've not hit that like, what are you doing, guys? Smash the likes. I said yesterday that if you don't smash the like button, we're going to lose. We won. So, guys, you don't keep smashing the like button, we're not going to beat City. So you might need to run those likes up and get it to 50 ASAP, people. So let's get it done, guys. No excuse not to do it. First hat-trick against the top 6 since Eto. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, no, it is. It is. And look, right, I've criticised him at times, and other people have, and I think it's fairly so. But the criticism from certain quarters is mad. It is mad. Did Ange play highline because he didn't respect us? Maybe, but it doesn't really make sense. He's not stupid. He's been in management. He's been in football for a long time. Yes, you've got your principles of play, but I think there's a time when you have to abandon those principles and try something different. Chelsea struggled against low blocks. Why didn't you just put everyone behind the ball and try and hit us on the break? I think it was stupid from him. It was stupid. That there was no reason not. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That Spurs were just giving us so much space in behind, and all the goals were just carbon copies of each other. The 3 goals in the second half, ball over the top, knocked across the box, tap in. Like I don't know how they didn't learn from that. It's a really odd one. A really odd one. Yeah, it would have been nice. It could have been 6 or 7. Honestly, it could have been 6 or 7. We got that many. It could have been that many opportunities. No, it wasn't about. I don't think it was about respect. It's just like, but it's all fine to have the way you play and your principles of play, but then you have to accept that there's certain points where you need to abandon that and go for an alternative strategy. Like that, do you know what I mean? So he got it wrong. It played massively into our hands, and we have to be thankful for that. We do have to be thankful for that. But yeah, look, Jackson was obviously a negative and a positive last night. But a hat trick is definitely so much more. It's definitely so much more of a positive than those missed chances. And do you know what? At least he's getting in a position to miss those chances, which is a lot more than we can say about what's happened in previous years. I wanted to move on to Cole Palmer. I mean, quite ridiculous. I honestly cannot believe it. How good he's been. I mean, if we look at his last 7 games, I mean, again, another exceptional performance yesterday. And I don't want to feel like I'm sort of just singling him out, but he's been a cut above everyone else. The other players have done well and have been good, absolutely. But Palmer's just been a revelation since he joined. You know, he's been exceptional since he's come through the door. Like, I remember in the summer, we were all getting excited. Oh, who's this mystery attacker? Who's it going to be? People were like, oh, it's going to be Musiala, or it's going to be XYZ player, or whatever. And it ended up being Cole Palmer. And we were like, good player. It's done well at parts in City. Didn't play a lot of minutes there, but has contributed in big moments. You know, he'd scored in the Champions League. He scored in the Super Cup. He scored in the Community Shield and whatnot. Clear ability there. And it's no slight on a player for not being able to obviously make it in at Man City, given the quality of players they've got. But to get him for £42.5 million, people talk about James Maddison as signing of the summer. And I absolutely agree with that, given the impact he's had. But Cole Palmer has to be a pretty close second right now. In terms of money spent and in terms of impact he's had in a short space of time, he is right up there towards the top of that list. It's not even a debate. He is right up there towards the top of that list. It's not even a conversation, people. Not even a conversation. It really isn't. It is as simple as that, guys. You know, he's been right up there, top level performance. He's just been brilliant. He's just been absolutely superb. You sort of run out of superlatives for him. He's calm on the ball. He never shies away from it. Always looks to make things happen. You know, 3 goals in his last 5 games. And his last 7 games has been 7 goal contributions in his last 7 games. You know, that's a sort of level of output we need from our attacking players. That's what we need, people. So yeah, hopefully that can continue. You know, he's just been brilliant. You know, there's only so much you can actually say about this guy. He's been so good. He has been so good. It's just, yeah, I just can't believe how good he's been. I mean, we knew he was a good player, but you know, you see so many people come to Chelsea, talented attackers, and you're just thinking, yeah, this might kind of, you know, fall apart, or it could take ages for him to settle. Is this the right move for him? Do you know what's kind of mad as well is that, like, if Nkunku didn't get injured, we might not have even signed this guy. You know, that's kind of how mad it is. It's funny how football sort of works out in those ways. Would we have actually gone and signed Cole Palmer if Nkunku didn't get that injury and was going to be ruled out for sort of for the 3 to 4 months that he was? It is kind of crazy when you think about it. But Palmer is an absolute he's an absolute baller. You know, there's no 2 ways about it. What a player he is. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. Best turn in the league. He dummied and turned a player last night who was yards away and should have seen it all but got baffled. Yeah, no, absolutely. Palmer's been brilliant, guys. Been brilliant. And then another, you know, top level performance last night from him. He's right now, I would say, probably our most important player at the moment. He's delivering week in, week out for us. You just run out of superlatives for him. You know, he's already played more Premier League minutes for Chelsea, 515, than he did in his entire time at Man City. He only played 489 Premier League minutes for Man City during his time there. So he's already eclipsed his Man City minutes at Chelsea in the Premier League. He's been spot on from the penalty spot. 3 from his last 3. High pressure penalties at home to Arsenal and away at Spurs. Yeah, everything's going right for the kid. Everything's going right for the kid. And do you know what? I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but that right-hand side of Palmer and Reece James is exceptional. Like, there has to, if he carries on this form, like, there potentially has to be a shout for him to be included in the England squad. I'm not necessarily saying Euros, but like, there's got to be talks and conversations of a potential call up to the England squad if he continues going at the rate he's going at. That absolutely is fair. I mean, look, not in terms of trophies. I don't think we can dismiss kind of Mount Havertz in terms of like the Champions League and all that sort of thing. But yeah, look, the impact has been absolutely superb. Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're doing well. Well, yeah, it's an absolute bargain. I know it sounds mad saying that 42 million is a bargain, but it absolutely is. And again, he's just been brilliant. Like, you just don't know. You just run out of words to describe what he's like. He moves off the ball. His movement off the ball is amazing. And the way that he glides through the opposition, you know, he's scary, but he is a star boy for us, an absolute star boy for us. He really is. He's registered more big chances in the league this season than Odegaard, Szoboszlai, Saka, Paqueta, Alexander-Arnold, Kulusevski, Havertz, Foden, McAllister, Mitoma. You know, this guy is creating chances. There's another open play assist for Cole Palmer last night as well. Yeah, he's just been brilliant. He's been absolutely exceptional. So yeah, long may it continue. And I'm not saying that City necessarily regret selling him or they miss him because of the quality of players they've got, but they must be thinking, Jesus, like should we have sold him? Was that the right thing to do? But yeah, no, he was absolutely class last night. And do you know what? If he continues this form for the rest of the season, then there's absolutely every chance that maybe he does get to the Euros. But that assist for the Jackson goal last night is brilliant. The way that he's turning players on the edge of his own box, his close control. Like, the kid's special. Simple as that. He is one of my favorite players. Got him on the back of one of the shirts. Had to be done. Like, you know the kid's an absolute baller. Yeah, look, a similar vein to Foden, absolutely. You know, they both come through the Man City academy together. So yeah, there's no surprise to see that they do have obviously similarities in their game. Guys, we need a couple more likes to hit 50. Come on, people, smash the like button. Let's get this to 50 likes, guys. Couple more to go. It's free. It takes seconds. Please, if you're locked in now and you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. We're also 3 subscribers away now from 6.7k. Let's get to that 6.7k. Come on, people. Let's get it to 6.7k. 3 more subscribers. So if you're locked in now and you've not hit that subscribe button, make sure you do. Let's try and knock off those final 3 subscribers. But, excuse me, let's move away from Cole Palmer, people, and let's talk about kind of the team in general, the performance in general, the kind of the worries, because you know it's important to have balance. I like to bring balance on this show. And Poch last night after the game was talking about you know, the discipline of the team. A team arrived like Chelsea. We're still building something. We need time to come against a team full of confidence. And after to concede, after we started the game really badly, we were calm after and forced them to make a mistake. It's true we concede some chances that we cannot concede, that we can assess the performance. Of course, we need to control better. We are building our confidence and need to be more relaxed in the way that we play. Look, I thought we were quite well disciplined last night. We didn't particularly lose our heads like Tottenham did. Yes, Colwell at times it was a bit fiery, but you expect that fire You expect that fire in a derby. You expect there to be a bit of bite, a bit of edge to it, a few tackles flying in, players squaring up to one another. You expect that. But yeah, look, there's no denying it. We started the game badly. Honestly thought in when we went one down, and again it's poor from Colwell. He's just standing off Kulusevski. Yes, it's lucky with the deflection, of course. But if you go one down, you're inside sort of 6 minutes, and you're thinking, I've sat there thinking, Jesus, this is going to be a long, long day for us. We could honestly, at that point, I was thinking we could lose this 3 or 4-0. Then Son gets that second one. At the time, you don't know it's offside, and you're thinking, yeah, Jesus, we're 2-0 down in what? In the first 15 minutes, that's game done. But from that point onwards, we grew into the game a bit more. We did get better. We definitely improved. We had a lot more shots on target. Also, the goal ruled out. The red cards, people talking about the red cards. Udogie and Romero should have both been sent off well before they were sent off. Romero should have been sent off for that kick out. That's violent conduct. Should have been off for that. Udogie should have been off for that 2-footed lunge. Luckily, Sterling sees it coming and pulls his leg out of the way. I must think that's the only reason that he wasn't sent off for that. But if he makes contact with that's a potential leg breaker. It's a really dangerous challenge. Yes, he's a young kid. It's stupid. It's immature. But you just can't do that. And then obviously, Romero in the box, what's he doing? That's on his Argentinian teammate. They won the World Cup together. A man's out there doing leg breakers on his international teammate like that. It's crazy. But those 2 red cards were absolutely both they were both deserved. And Spurs can have no complaints. I don't know why Tottenham fans are moaning. No complaints. You imploded. You imploded, and you didn't deserve anything from that game because you let yourselves down. Simple as that. There was nothing in that. There was nothing in that Reece James one at all. Yeah, no, nothing at all in that Reece James one. So yeah, not concerned about that at all. It wasn't the best from Mudryk, but he came on, tried to make things happen. He's obviously been out for a couple of games. Needs to refine that rhythm again, because beforehand he was on a bit of a streak. Gotten a couple of goals, affecting games, looking good, confidence was up. Just needs to get back into the flow of it again. It wasn't the best for him. Didn't particularly work out, but it is what it is, and we move on. My worries are, why are we so bad? I get nervous for every game. I don't think we're look. Obviously, it's normal to get nervous for games. Look, we're absolutely not terrible. That much I would say. We absolutely aren't terrible, but I think at the same time, we have to accept that this is a young team. This is a team that's developing. This is a team that's still getting to know each other. This is a team that is still, working on ideas, tactics coming across, and all that sort of thing. And yeah, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time for this sort of thing to click. But yeah, I was nervous last night because even at 2-1 up, even against 9 men, there's still an immaturity to this team. You still feel there's mistakes, and you still feel there's a lack of leadership, a lack of control at times in the team, and that's absolutely fair to say. And that will come with time. That will absolutely come with time. I don't think there's any denying that. So yeah, it's normal to feel nervous. Absolutely. I want to get to the concerns. Like, oh, it was very hot-headed when he didn't need to be. Should have just walked away. Yeah, no. Obviously, it's easy to say that in the heat of the moment in a derby game. It's obviously different. Yes, it's important. As footballers, that you clearly keep your head. Happy for the win. The win's the only thing that matters. Performances will improve over time, but the most important thing is you play football to get the 3 points. Simple as that. What I would say on that, they're at totally different points of their career. Should you expect levels from both players? Absolutely, but Sterling's 27 going on 28. He's a very experienced professional. You expect more from him than you would from Mudryk, who's a young, developing, up-and-coming player. So, yeah, the reason why I hold perhaps harsher on Sterling is because he's been there and done it. He's the senior pro. He's the experienced guy. He's the highest paid player at the club. He's the guy that said he was coming here to be the main man. You need to reach that level of performance on a consistent basis. Look, Mudryk obviously needs to improve. Of course he does. I think he is improving. I believe in him, and I think he'll be a very good player for us. But yeah, you can't hold them to the same, expect the same necessarily because of where they are right now in their careers. Mudryk is still learning a lot, and he absolutely has improved. And Sterling's proven the quality that he has. We just don't see it. We just don't see it on a frequent enough basis from him. That's my main gripe with him, is that we don't see it on a frequent enough basis. Last night good, but we need to see that on a more consistent basis. That's my thing. Yeah, I think maybe we were a bit ragged. We lost our shape a little bit. I don't know why at times we were pissing about at the back with it as well. We didn't need to be doing that. We didn't need to be doing it. So yeah, but I mean, moving away from Pochettino's comments on there, Disasi had also been speaking after the game about kind of how we need to improve. There are still areas that we need to obviously improve upon. Let's have a quick look what he was saying. So Disasi after the game was saying that he's admitting there's still areas that we need to improve upon. It's too early to talk about this. We just want to enjoy the win and must prepare for the big game on Sunday. Agreed. We're a young group and the victory will give us a lot of confidence for the future. It was a crazy game. We have to take this win and learn from this game because we can do some things much better. But we are happy and the fans are happy. Guys, let me know in the chat. What do you think we need to do better, obviously, going into the game on Sunday and going forwards? For me personally, excuse me, voice is still hurting a little bit from last night, bloody hell. We need to be more disciplined, I feel. Obviously, we need to take our chances a lot better. We need to make the most of those. I think we can still be calmer on the ball. There was almost a sense of when they went down to 9 last night, you have to win the game. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves. When you put pressure on yourself, you start rushing it. You start rushing the passes. Just patient. Just patient. You're always going to have two. There's going to be a two-man. It's going to be a two-man overlap every time. There's no reason why we should be missing. Why should we be missing those opportunities or whatever? I think we put a bit of pressure on ourselves. We need to grow into that sort of thing. So yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? Those are the two things I think we need to improve upon. Obviously, the standard, taking more of our chances, and the second one, keeping control of the game and just staying calm. I think those are the main things for me. No, absolutely. I didn't think so. There was no intentions there whatsoever. Absolutely none. Yeah, they checked it, but yeah, no, I wasn't worried about that per se. It was always going to take this season for Poch to get his ideas across. So let's see. It's going to be really interesting to see where we're at come Christmas time. When we come to that Luton game on December 30th. When we come to that one. Let's see where we're at. Look, this is a big boost, but let's make no mistake about it. This will be quickly forgotten about. Look, obviously, we lose to City. It depends on the matter of the defeat. There's no shame in losing to the best team in the country, arguably the best team in the world. But it depends what sort of performance we put in. But again, if we were to lose City and Newcastle, it kind of makes this result pretty pointless. I agree with that as well. No, I wasn't agreeing with that. That was probably one of the things that was the one thing that I would have changed in the lineup is Colwell at left back. As I was saying earlier, you can get away with it against the lesser teams, against not as good wingers, but against the better sides with the better wingers, you need a natural left back there. And I think Colwell got found out a little bit, and it was absolutely the right decision to sum him at half time. Not only was he struggling a little bit, but he was also essentially he was also a walking red card. So yeah, a good choice, from Poch on that front. And I thought Poch managed the game quite well, and I'm glad we won, because there would have been pelters coming his way if we hadn't have won that game. But I would have been thinking, hang on a second, like how can he put those chances in the back of the net for our players? What are you supposed to do as a manager when you're on the pitch and you see that level of performance from your strikers and the finishing? It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah. Look, those I think are the main things that we need to improve on. Yeah, look, home games are going to be difficult. We still only won one home match this season in the league. Yes, we've got 3 wins and a Carabao Cup in the league. We've got that statement win. We've got the big statement win against the top side. We've got that. What we need now is a win at home, a big win at home as well. We really do need a big win, 100%. That's not really strange, because at home we do massively struggle. The atmosphere is not great. we don't play particularly well at home. So yeah, that's not a ridiculous thing to say. I'm going to get onto the Anthony Taylor stuff. Dirish Devil back again with another super chat. Greatly appreciated, brother. If you want to guarantee your comments get read out, people, then you can use the super chat function like the Dirish Devil has done here. Any donation, no matter how big or small, is greatly appreciated by myself. It helps support me. It supports the channel. So yeah, please, if you're feeling generous after that Derby Day win and humbling of Tottenham, then you can use the super chat function. Besides a striker, do we need another player in January? No, I don't think so. If the striker is the main thing we need, if there's an opportunity to do something else, i.e. potentially a centre-back, there's been reports about Chelsea looking for another centre-back. If the right opportunity were to become available, then yeah, let's go and do it with a view to that player being more integrated in the summer. Chalobah's probably going to leave in January. This is most likely going to be Thiago Silva's last season, which is a sad thing to say, but it probably is going to be his last season if we're being brutally honest with ourselves. If there's an option to do a deal for a centre-back and they come in and they use and they get 6 months kind of bedding into the club, learning the ropes, etc., with a view to then kind of having an impact from next season, let's do it. Or we just agree a deal in January for someone to join in the summer, like we did with Malo Gusto. And I think a centre-back is an area the club are looking at. But in terms of bringing in January, I think it has to be that centre forward. It has to be that centre forward. I would say centre forward, and then if there's an option to do something for a centre back, then yeah, absolutely. Let's try and go and do it. Excuse me, people. Sorry, guys. Let's try and get this to 60 likes. We need 4 more likes to hit the 60 likes mark, people. If you're locked in now and you haven't smashed a like, make sure you do so, people. We've got 36 in the building still. Every single one of you has not smashed the like button in here. So if you haven't done so already, let's run this up to 60 likes, guys. We need 3 more likes, people. 3 more likes. So if you're one of those 3 that hasn't liked the stream, make sure you do. And we are still 3 subscribers away from 6.7k. Come on, guys. I'm sure there's a couple of there must be a couple of you in here that have not subscribed. We are 3 away from 6.7k. If you're new around here, you're not locked and you're not subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. It does massively help out. But we are 3 away. 3 away. Yeah, it was. It's a real shame that that didn't count. I mean, to be honest, Jackson, he wasn't going to save that anyway. So it is a little bit frustrating because he definitely wasn't going to save that. So yeah, kind of a mad one. Yeah, I agree on that one. Hopefully that does happen. I know the club are interested in him. I don't know how high up on the list he is, but in terms of money to be spent, value for money, etc., all those things, then yeah, he is the obvious choice to go for. Well, he does. That's why we signed Petrovic, but for some reason we haven't seen Petrovic. So yeah, I'm not really sure why. Hopefully we'll see him in the FA Cup third round. But yeah, Petrovic is meant to be the competition. We need a striker, but any more will disrupt the team too much again. No, I don't think a striker is going to disrupt the team too much. We do need that. Oh, but any more? Yeah. Sorry, I agree on that. I think that's a fair point. Yeah, of course, and that that comes with experience. Learning to kind of control the game and all that sort of thing. It absolutely comes with experience, and we will get better at that. We will absolutely get better at that, people. There's no denying it. I'm over the moon. We won, but our performance, it wasn't great, but it doesn't matter. We forget about the performance. The 3 points are the most important thing, and we move on. Yeah, I'm not going to completely ignore it. Of course not. You have to be rational and accept that the performance wasn't that great. But it's just about enjoying the 3 points. We came for the 3 points. We got the 3 points. That's the most important thing, guys. That's all that matters. Not keen on Sanchez. Fair enough. At times I think he's good. At other times he makes me nervous when he's got the ball at his feet. There's absolutely sort of there. Yeah, there's no denying that he does make you nervous when he's got the ball at his feet. But yeah, what is that? Because it ended up being a red card. Yeah, he's very good, Tony. Very good. I absolutely agree on that. I'll tell you someone that I do want to give praise to, by the way, last night, and he won't get the plaudits necessarily, because I think the work that he does is often underappreciated. I thought Conor Gallagher was brilliant again last night. Obviously, he gets an assist, and like little stat here, Conor Gallagher has won possession in the attacking third more times than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues this season. So yeah, again, good from Gallagher, deserved praise. I think he did very well. Yeah, I think he did well. His role is really kind of often not really given much praise. It often gets overlooked. And he won't take the plaudits that he likes of your Jackson or your Palmers will for last night, but he was absolutely vital to what we did, running around, like his work rate, his passing, the way that he dominated that midfield. He was in there dominating. He got the better of Basuma and Papsar. So yeah, he deserves praise. He deserves absolute praise for what he did. Yeah, he deserves praise. Yeah, he was good, and like he's good in these games. He is good in these games, like against lesser opposition, maybe he's not as good or as important, but in these big games, there's no denying that Conor Gallagher is absolutely massively important to this Chelsea team. He is. Whether people want to praise him or not, he absolutely is really important to this Chelsea team, particularly in the big games. That work rate is really undervalued, underappreciated. So yeah, fair play to him, guys. Fair play to him, because yeah, he's obviously not like super talented, as it were, in terms of natural ability and all that sort of thing, but he absolutely is. He absolutely deserves praise, people. He deserves praise for the level of performance that he put in last night. He does. I'll answer that now. Yeah, I think good. Last night he was good. Last night he was very good. We got that 70 or 80 odd minutes, however many minutes it was out of him, and then obviously Gusto came on. Yeah, important from Reece. And, I think Matisse said it on Twitter after the game. Performances like that are the reason why you're patient with him, why you kind of put up with the injuries to a certain extent, because you know the quality that he has, and you know the difference that his quality makes to the side. That's the big thing. That is the big thing, people. But yeah, I thought Reece was good last night. It's a big plus for us. Gallagher versus top teams always putting. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, no, I don't think that's an outrageous thing to say either. He absolutely has, and I don't think anyone expected this sort of level of redemption arc, as it were, from Gallagher last night. Because like he was getting. I mean, he was one of those that I even said at the time in the summer, like, if he stays and can be a squad player, play Carabao Cup games, a few minutes here and there in the Prem, that's fine. But if like, I wouldn't be bothered if we sold him. And I think he's proven myself and a number of Chelsea fans wrong in terms of how high his level of output's been, how high his performance level have been, and how important he's made himself to this side. So fair play to him for that, and he absolutely deserves his praise. He deserves his flowers for that one. Absolutely. I think we qualify. If we get Ivan Toney, I think that's the difference between us qualifying for the Champions League and not. But we've got to make sure that we're kind of within touching distance of those places, though. There's no point being like 20 points off the Champions League spaces and then signing Toney in January, because we're not going to close up that many points. I still believe that we can. I do still believe we can. Guys, over 60 likes now. Let's see if we can get to 70 likes. 9 more likes to hit 70. If you can all smash the like button, then it would be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. So yeah, please keep running the likes up, guys. Let's try and hit 70 likes on the stream if we can tonight. That would be massive. So yeah, keep running the likes up, people. It is greatly appreciated. If you've just locked into the stream, make sure you smash a like. 7 more. I knew there's people in here that haven't smashed the like button. So yes, 7 more required. I'm going to go for probably another 10 minutes or so, guys. Highest 6th or 7th, lowest 13th. Could go either way. I don't think we'll finish bottom half. I don't believe we'll finish bottom half. I think we will improve. But yeah, I would go anywhere between 5th and 8th right now. I still back us to qualify for the Champions League. I'm not changing my mind on that, because I'm not flip-flopping. I say something and I stick with it unless it really looks like we're not going to be able to do that. If Newcastle and United get knocked out in the group stage, is that definitely true? I mean, I imagine it could well be true, but is that a definite truth that if those guys are out, that go out in the group stage, then it's only the top 4? Let me know. Yeah, mate, it was mad. I think it's probably, I was saying earlier, I think it's probably the best game I've been to, certainly the best away end I've been in. Fulham away was very good this year. The away end was class. I mean, Leicester last season away, the away end was brilliant. Atmosphere, different level last night, different level last night. Fans were superb. Yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Amazing to experience that. I'll always say that, lucky to be able to go to the games and that sort of thing and experience these things. So yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. And there's no better place when you're winning as a Chelsea fan than being in Tottenham's own backyard and silencing them. So yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. There's no denying it. Yeah, on the ball. Look, off the ball, he was always pretty good, but that's improved a little bit. But the most noticeable improvements are on the ball. Yes, he still needs to improve more on the ball, but he has significantly improved his on the ball work. He absolutely has significantly improved that. There's no denying it. Most of us consider Gallagher a squad player at best. Yeah, we absolutely did. I've got no problem with holding my hands up and accepting that I was wrong on that. Sounds crazy, but what about Tony on a loan like we did with Felix? Well, I don't think Brentford would agree with that. And we're going to make that investment. We want that. We want that. We want to have him. We want to have him for more than a loan. We really do. We need to do. Look, we do need to do better. There are aspects we need to do better. Of course, we do. You could say that we were fortunate potentially. Would we have lost 11 against 11? Yeah, quite possibly. We may well have done. But let's just enjoy it. Yeah, I'm aware that the performance wasn't the best. I'm aware that we struggled, but let's just enjoy the win. Let's just enjoy the win. Football's about winning. Football's about winning. That's the most that's the most important. That's the most important thing. What else are people saying in the chat here? Gallagher is important in this squad. Yeah, no, he's absolutely important. No two ways about it. Yeah, look, again, the management of Reece is going to be important, and also it's great that we've got obviously that we've got Gusto as well, so we can afford we're able to be more selective with Reece and we're able to manage his minutes better. No, I wouldn't say depression if we lose to City, because there's no shame in losing to City. It's the manner of how we were. If we were to lose, a lot would depend on the manner of the defeat. No one's expecting us to beat City. No one's expecting us to really do anything. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? For me, I wouldn't have any shame in I don't have any shame in admitting that admitting that there's we could easily we're probably going to lose that game. But it just depends on how we lose it, what sort of performance we put in. But look, I'm not thinking about that right now. The City stuff will come later on the week. Hopefully, get some opposition previews going with some of the City lads. So yeah, loads to come. I think we'll come 6th or 7th. Yeah, look, I still believe this team can qualify for the Champions League. Obviously, if Newcastle and Man United let us down by not getting out the group stage, and that 5th place disappears, it makes it a lot tougher, for sure. But yeah, look, I'm confident. I'm confident in this team. I believe in this team. Yes, there's a lot of work to do still. Yes, the performance has not been amazing, but I really do believe that this team is going in the right direction, and it will continue to get better. Yes, there's things that need to be ironed out. Absolutely, things that need to be ironed out. Don't get what the thing is. We were not that good after the first 15 minutes. Don't get what the thing is. Yeah, Scott, I agree, mate. First 15 minutes, they were comfortably better than us. But then from the disallowed Sterling goal until half time, pretty much, we were better than them. We were better than them. So yeah, look, I agree. I don't buy this idea that we only came into the game when they went down to 10 men. We didn't. We were creating a lot of chances when it was 11v11. Would we have won the game 11v11? I don't know. I don't know. But that's not. I don't know why people are pretending that it's we weren't at the races 11v11. First 15 minutes we weren't at the races. But yeah, it is what it is. Very underrated, Conor Gallagher. I just think many Chelsea fans want him sold in the summer. No, look, I think it's easy to say after the event that when someone's done well, why do people it's silly criticize people for thinking he should have been sold. I think a lot of people are more than happy to be, to be proven wrong. God, there's loads of stuff coming in. Again, guys, I can't read all of these. Happy with 8th in an EFL Cup. Yeah, I would take that. I would take that. Yes, it would be disappointing, of course, it would to end up coming 8th, but a trophy is a big plus. And people might hear that and think, oh God, your standards have dropped. And as I've said many, many times on here before on Chelsea Fan TV on various platforms, that standards haven't dropped. No one's accepting 8th place or whatever. But we have to accept right now that this team is not in a position to hit the standards that we've set for ourselves over the last 20 years. And the aim is to get back to that. And, winning a Carabao Cup and coming in the top 8 would be the first step to getting back to where we need to be. I'm not saying we're going to finish 8th. I'm not saying 8th would necessarily would be acceptable per se. But look, trophy, we need a trophy. We do need a trophy this season. I'm hopeful that we can get that Carabao. I really am. Result is what matters. Agreed. Yeah, exactly. Let's enjoy the win, lads. Let's build on it. Exactly. This is what I mean. Yes, there weren't necessarily that many. The performance wasn't amazing, but I mean, Jesus, if you can't enjoy a win over your London rivals in their own backyard, then I feel a bit sorry for those people that can't enjoy the win. Without kind of trying to highlight the negatives. Guys, we're 4 likes away from 70. Come on, people. Going to round out in the next couple of minutes. So, yeah, run those likes up. We need 4 more to hit 70 likes. Come on, guys. We are almost there, people. Almost there on the 70 likes. So, yeah, please make sure that you're smashing that like button. It's free. It massively helps out. It spreads the content out to more people, gets more eyes on the channel, and that's what we want. So, yeah. Run those likes up. If you're 3 likes now, we need 3 likes for the 70 people. Take a draw. Yeah, absolutely. Just another test for us, City. Shows where we are. Agreed. After the disallowed goal, we fought well to get back into the game. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is what I mean. It's not like we got lucky or anything. Spurs imploded. There was nothing controversial about either of the red cards. Spurs have only got themselves to blame. They let themselves down. Yes, we were poor for a lot of the time. They were down to 9 men, but we got the job done, and that's all that matters. Spurs let themselves down. Conor Gallagher, big game player. I think you'd have to agree with that statement. You would have to agree with that statement. Lavia and Nkunku back after City game. Yeah, exactly. We've got Lavia to come back in. We've got Nkunku to come back after the international break. Like, things are potentially heading in the right direction for us, people. They absolutely are. We won and finished with 11 players on the pitch. Spurs messed it up. Exactly that. Yeah, Spurs did crumble. It all came falling down. It all came falling down for Spurs. Typical. It all crumbled down for Tottenham. So yeah, it's what we love to see. But yeah, guys, in general, just a mad day. What I'm going to quickly do to round this stream out, people. Thing is, though, like, Gallagher is crucial. I don't see how it's like. I wouldn't necessarily disagree with what you're saying, but I don't see how you can drop a centre forward after they scored a hat-trick. He's just building his confidence up to then find himself on the bench the next day and wouldn't be great. I get what you're saying. I do partially agree with it to an extent, but I just don't think as a manager there's any way you can drop a striker after just bagging a hat-trick. But yeah, to round this one out, guys, I'm going to briefly talk about the bad news that we had this morning, and that is that Anthony Taylor will be refereeing Chelsea versus Man City, and the VAR will be Jared Gillett, who is the referee that sent off Malo Gusto against Forest. I think it was against Forest. Yeah, against Forest. So yeah, like, this is quite unbelievable, really, that Taylor's in charge of this game. Like, he was, brother. Thank you. Appreciate all your support. Free super touch from Dearish Devil. All massively appreciated, Guys, you can obviously donate to the channel as well. But, brother, thank you so much for those donations. Really, really appreciate it. Top guy. So, yeah, thank you, mate, for that. Thank you for that. Greatly appreciate it, brother. That's the history. It is the history of the Tottenham, yeah. Get him, Chelsea. No, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good vlog. Guys, if you haven't checked out the match day vlog, once I've rounded this stream out in the next few minutes, make sure you head over to the channel and check out the match vlog. It's a good one. Please go over there, show it some love, smash a like on it, leave your thoughts in the comments below if you've not already watched it. No, I don't think you can. City game is just a really tough game. Don't think it will suit Jackson. No, I hear you on that. I don't really know. That's look, that's the problem we're gonna have, but it's a good problem to have. It's a headache, but it's a good headache to have, people. It is a good headache to have. Um, it really is. Yeah, it was against Villa. Hate him. Yeah. Big boost for Jackson has to play. Anthony Taylor and City equals loss. Yeah, it could be. Do you know what's mad, right? So Taylor gets demoted to the Championship for giving a horrendous penalty in the Wolves Newcastle 2-2 game. He gets dropped down to the Championship. I think he did a Preston game. He gives an awful decision in that game, and then suddenly he's then back refereeing the biggest game. He's refereeing the biggest game of the biggest game of the weekend in the Premier League again. Where's the accountability? Well, welcome to the PGMOL. Absolute jokers, absolute farce of an organisation. How is that even allowed to happen? Before you even run into consideration the fact that he's from Manchester, he's from Altrincham, which is just outside Manchester. The fact that he's had many controversies involving Chelsea in the past, notably the Mark Corella hair pull, to give just one example. How is he allowed to referee this game? You know, this is what I mean about there being no standards, no referees being held to account for their performance levels. You get knocked down to the Championship for a week. Oh, just come back with open arms. And it doesn't do anything. Yet he was shocking in that Championship game as well. The geezer should be in League One this weekend. He shouldn't be reffing the biggest game of the Premier League weekend. So, yeah, I don't get it. It's an absolute disgrace. It's another added thing to the mix. Look, there's nothing we can do about it. Obviously, I don't think the players will be paying an awful lot of attention to it. You just got to focus on preparing for the game and the task at hand. Obviously, yeah, he robbed us in the FA Cup final as well against Arsenal a few years back. So, yeah, crazy. I mean, look, people, like, it's an absolute joke. He fucks us over every single time. Like, without fail, he fucks us over. And yeah, it's a joke thing. It is an absolute joke. Like, it's a disgrace. It really is a disgrace that he's been given this game. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but it is it's a disgrace. It really is. He shouldn't be having this game. Yeah, absolutely true. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It makes no sense. But then the PGMOL is not fit for purpose. You know, it's an old boys club. You know, nothing gets dealt with. You know, there's no accountability. There's no standards. Where's Howard Webb? Where's Howard Webb in all this? It must be about time for him to trot out with Michael Owen, do their little cringy show where he pats himself on the back for the ones they did get right. Mate, you need to sort this shit out. Every single week, we spend more time talking about the horrendous refereeing decisions than we do about the football itself. And what do you do about it? Absolutely nothing. You don't do anything about it at all. And quite frankly, you know, it's a disgrace. The officials aren't fit for purpose. The standard of officiating is the worst in the world. We've got the worst officials in the world. We shouldn't have Premier League officials operating VAR. It should be an external company doing it. The standard of officiating has to improve. It's showing no signs of improving. What are you doing to improve it? What are you doing to improve VAR? What are you doing to ensure that there's not these errors? VAR, there should be zero errors. There should be literally zero errors. On-field refereeing decisions, getting them wrong, I can understand that. You've got a split second to see it. You can get it wrong. You're only human. The fact that you've got people sat upstairs watching it from multiple angles, and seeing it multiple times over and over again, and they're still getting it wrong. That's incompetence, and that's people that aren't good enough to do their job, and that's people that have to improve. And there's no accountability. There's no accountability at all, you know. And you know, we promote free speech in this country, but then when managers speak out and say how they feel, they get punished for it. It's an absolute joke. So yeah, look, hopefully Taylor doesn't fuck us over on the weekend. He probably will, but yeah, it's a farce, and it shouldn't be happening. No, of course, you know, we shouldn't be focusing on it. Look, I think it's a point to go over. Yes, you know, more likely than not, we will struggle in that game, and hopefully, you know, Taylor won't have, you know, a prominent role to play in it. But yeah, it absolutely is. I think it's massively unfair. It's massive. It's a massive dropping of the ball from the PGMOL. It's mad. It is absolutely mad. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very, very interesting, to say the least. But yeah, this is also a fair point. I doubt City will need the refs' helping hand to beat us, but yes, it's certainly worrying to have that. Yeah, it absolutely is. Absolutely is. Yet messed up the Europa League final as well. But yeah, that's just on that. But guys, I think I'm probably going to round this one out. We are 1 like away from 70 likes, people. So yeah, if one more of you could smash a like on the stream, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm sure there's one of you in here that hasn't smashed that like button. So let's get this to 70 likes, people. No excuses not to. So please do that. Please hit the subscribe button if you are new around here as well. Big up to every single one of you that has locked into the show tonight. It's been great going back over the mad scenes of last night. Again, you know, it's happened again. It's happened again. Yeah, great night, guys. Massive result for us. Big confidence boost. We now move on to another huge game. Man City on Sunday afternoon, Super Sunday game. Lots of build up to come for that for the remainder of this week, guys. Thanks so much for your support as always. Thanks to everyone for getting involved in the chat. Enjoy the rest of your evening, people. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Smash the likes on the way out. Enjoy the Champions League if you're going to be watching that. Call-in show this week. Maybe Thursday, potentially, or maybe Thursday or Friday, potentially. Thursday or Friday. But yeah, guys, thanks for your support. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for the super chats, etc., etc. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the Champions League if you're going to watch it. I'll catch you again in another live stream very soon, people. So up the Chelsea. Take care and peace out, guys.